Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Aman Codes. In today's episode, we are going to discuss about Python Ternary Operator. So let's see what is Python Ternary Operator. The name of ternary operator in Python is if-else operator. So if-else operator is known as Python's ternary operator. So let's see the syntax. Here, LHS variable is equals to expression 1 if test condition else expression 2. It is going to test the test condition. If the test condition is true, then it is going to execute this expression 1. If this test condition is false, then it is going to execute this expression 2. So first test condition, if it is true, then execute expression 1 or else execute expression 2. So after executing, the result is going to stored in LHS variable name. So see here explanation. So here if and else they are keywords. So here test condition can be either relational expression or logical expression and whose result can be either true or false. So here in the place of test condition, it can be a relational expression. Relational expression in the sense a greater than b or a less than b, like that. So these are the relational expressions, right? Logical expression in the sense two or more relational expressions connected with logical operators. See here, a greater than b and a less than c. So this is an logical expression, right? Here test condition can be relational expression or else it can be logical expression also. So if the result of test condition is true, then PVM is going to execute expression 1 and whose result is going to placed in LHS variable name. So what I said here, if this test condition is going to be true, then PVM is going to execute this expression 1. So whatever the result, that result is going to placed in LHS variable name. If the result of test condition is false, then PVM goes to else part and executes expression 2 and whose results is going to placed in LHS variable name. So if this test condition is going to be false, then it is going to else part. In this else part, it is going to execute this expression 2. So whatever the result we got in this expression 2, it is going to placed in LHS variable name. Hence PVM executes either expression 1 or expression 2 depend upon the evaluation of test condition, right? So whatever the test condition is going to be there, if it is true, it is going to execute expression 1 and placed in LHS variable. If the test condition is false, so it goes to else part and it is going to execute expression number 2 and keep the result in LHS variable name. So this is Python ternary operator. We are calling this as if else operator. So let's see the practical examples of if else operator. So now I'm going to use PyChart. So here I'm going to create a new file program to define whether a given number is a positive number or a negative number. So I'm going to take one number as input. So a is equals to int of input of enter a number. So now I'm going to use this Python's ternary operator called if else operator. So the syntax is like this, right? If test condition. Test condition is like this, a greater than 0. If a greater than 0, then it is going to execute this expression 1. See here, I'm going to declare it is an positive number. So if it is false, then it is going to execute this expression. See here, so it is going to be negative number. So now I'm going to store in some variable name called res. So this is a result variable. So the execution flow is like this. See, so if I entered 5 as an input, so first it is going to check this test condition. A is 5, right? 5 greater than 0. Yes, it is true, right? So when the test condition is true, it is going to execute expression 1. So in this we are mentioned positive number. So the result is going to stored in res, right? So now I am trying to print res. See here. So print res. If I entered a number, that number is known as negative number. In the sense I entered -5. So it is trying to evaluate this test condition. So -5 is greater than 0? No, right? It is false, right? So then it is going to else part. In that it is going to execute expression 2. It is going to execute negative number and it is going to keep that negative number in res. So I'm going to print that res. See here, now I'm trying to execute this program. I have entered 5. So the output we got positive number, right? So if I try to do like this, -5, the output is negative number. So better to use if else operator, which is called as Python's ternary operator for this type of questions. So the next question is like this. See here. The next question is check whether the given string or number is a palindrome or not. So first of all, what is palindrome? Palindrome in the sense, so if you consider string as MOM, mom. If you try to write from left to right, first we got M, then O, then M, right? Try to write from right to left. So when I write from right to left, the output is like this. See here, mom, right? So if you take number 1, 2, 2, 1. If you take this number, write from left to right, 1, then 2, then 2, 1. Try to write from right to left. So 1, 2, 2, 1. So when you write from left to right or right to left, the output is same, right? So this type of numbers or this type of strings is known as palindrome strings. If I write sir and I'm trying to write from left to right, yes, I R, it is okay. I'm trying to write from right to left. See here, RIS. So these are not equal, right? So that is a reason it is not a palindrome. So this string is not a palindrome. So this is about palindrome concept. Now I'm trying to do a program. See, S is equals to input of enter a value. A value can be either string or a number. Now I'm going to consider Python's ternary operator. If that entered S that is equals to S of like this colon colon -1. So this concept we are seen in slicing. So for the given string, reverse of string must be equal. So this is an extended slicing. Extended slicing will reverse a string or number. So it is going to check whether your given output and reversed output is the same or not. If this is the same, then the output is going to be, it is an palindrome. See here, palindrome. If it is false, then it is going to execute else part and it is not a palindrome. So I'm assigning this entire statement to a variable called result. So now I'm trying to print this result. See here, once you observe the flow of execution, so when I entered the string as MOM, first it is going to test the condition. So entered string is going to be MOM. That is equals to. Reverse of that is mom, right? So entered string is equals to reversed string. Then the condition is true. If the condition is true, it is going to execute expression 1. So the result is going to store in result object. I'm trying to print this result object. If test condition is false, I entered SAR as input string. So equal to RIS is the reverse string. So entered string and reversed string are not equal, then it is false. So when the test condition is false, then it is going to else part, and here in this else part it is going to execute expression 2 and the result is going to stored in result. So I'm trying to print that result. So now I'm trying to execute this program. See here, I have entered like this MOM. It is an palindrome. So I'm trying to execute once again 1 2 2 1. It is an palindrome, right? So and I'm trying to execute like this. See here SIR. So the output is going to be not palindrome. See, not palindrome. Why? So the entered string and reversed string are not equal. That is the reason output is not palindrome. So if I entered like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the output is not palindrome, right? So by using Python ternary operator or if else operator, we are going to solve this type of questions. So in today's episode, we have discussed about Python's ternary operator, that is if else operator. So that's all for today's episode. I hope you all understand. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Aman Codes. Thank you so much for watching.